Morning, Fraser. Sunday morning, church day. Heading off to church here in about 30 seconds to a minute. Let's go.
Okay. In
a minute. In a minute. Hey, buddy, we're here. Beautiful day today. Looks quite nice out there. It's a little bit chilly, but not bad. But yeah, gorgeous. We're at church. Let's go inside. All right, I'm going to see Rupert, but this is the second time I've seen this car here. That's a nice looking car, man. Anyway, focus. Sorry, focus. Going to see Rupert. And there he is. And there he is. Run to the gate. He sits there and he watches.
I know I have something for you today. Yes, I do. That's it.
Hey Frank, you picked a good time to come out.
Yeah, I see that.
Oh, it was pouring earlier. I just huddled in my car there until I kind of slowed down.
Oh yeah. Well, I walked outside. I was looking at the wet and I was going like, it doesn't seem to be raining now. That's okay.
Oh no, this is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. To the metal, it's basically the first passing place that you get once you get off the ferry.
Yeah, that's true.
So they are racing up there, and of course.
That's good though.
But yeah, no, and he's got lots of energy running around.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's not shy on energy, that's for sure.
But changing his food makes a big difference, and then the little treats when they come along, it's not such a big deal.
Yeah, that's fair. As long as they don't get 104 a day. Yes.
Oh, Rupert.
Such a good dog. Such a good dog. All right, I'm going to run back inside.
Okay, see you later.
Charlie. Take care, bud.
Anyway, Fraser, we got Jesse's over here. Remember Jesse? He still looks just as bad. We're trying to fix his dad's headlights is all we're trying to do.
Replace the bulb. Apparently you gotta take everything apart just to replace it.
Everything apart just to do that. Yeah, there's these push pins. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That won't kill anything.
It did come on. That one's probably out. It's just not showing. Yeah, there's nothing there. Yeah. Pop. One more time. Pop. Still not popping. It may not move because I think it's supposed to, from what I've seen, it's supposed to tilt forward.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess these and the Rangers are pretty much built the same, right?
Yeah, they're supposed to be identical, right? Nope, still not. Why? What's going on? Do we need to...
This one's loose on this side.
Oh, no, there we go.
Go fine. A screw?
Yeah.
Is there a screw on this side? This side?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see it now. You want to pass me your... Yeah, yesterday finished building my dad's fence in the backyard.
Oh yeah? And then the light went up?
And then he's like, oh, I got the cycle. We went
There we go.
How hard could it be to change a light bulb?
How hard can it be? Apparently it can be ridiculously hard.
Yeah. We'll be having a housewarming party in a couple months.
Seriously?
What?
Seriously? Oh, we're changing this one too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Why
are we taking this one off?
we decided we're going to do both. Decided on both.
That's funny. I was about to kick myself.
Those things are not.
Apparently designed to be. If I can get it down there. Oh, actually, I might be able to get it out like that.
Makes it a little easier.
Okay, very good. Okay. Just a moment. It's all my stuff I just pulled out of the boat.
Oh yeah. You been out at all recently, or?
So in theory now, am I right? Is this it? This is it. That should be it. Should be just.
There we go.
That. Goes that way.
Flathead.
This thing here that we have should do it. Where's that from?
See if I can get this one. There. Dude, it seems like that should come out without having to
Sweet.
take that out, right?
It seems like it. But I'm going to say clearly not.
I'm not going to cut this one just in case, but I can do the second one.
Yep, that's fine.
We can put it.
We'll put it back in for now.
Okay.
So we had to take the entire grill off. There's three I don't even know what you call them, retaining clips, I guess, that are in there, like right there. Make sure, right there. There's another one below that. There's one over here that we got to take off, and we've had to take off the signal lights, right? And once we do all that, then we can change the light bulb. Makes sense, right?
We got more.
Yeah, that'll do.
Or you want the
Where's
pry?
that pry bar thing that I just had? We just had.
It's behind you.
Stop putting things down all over the place.
Which we want.
Pockets are better. Although, I lost a pair of side angle cutters yesterday.
Really?
Yep. I mean, I found them once I, checked the
Wash your
pockets.
pants? You ever found in the washing machine?
Something like that.
Melissa's always pulling latex clothes out of the bottom of our washing machine.
Oh, Al used to. We used to get rounds.
Oh
Like,
yeah?
out of the dryer.
Oh.
Like live rounds. Right? There we go. Make sure all three of those are identical.
Yep.
Okay. Then you just put pressure. You put pressure here on the sides, and it comes out. Done. So your hand.
Hopefully the bulb is not.
Sure. Because that one's toast anyway. So. Oh yeah, there you go. Yep. You can smell the WD-40.
Yeah, my dad thought it was.
Hey, whatever helps, right?
Yeah. Well, it made it impossible for me to grip it yesterday.
This is just, I'm going to let you do that.
Yeah, just pull right out.
Because she's awful tight now. Yep, you can see it. Yeah, you definitely there's no point in not changing both
Yeah.
if, you know, if we've got to do it anyway. Right here. Right there.
We're gonna close that way.
I don't know, didn't you check? No, I'd
No,
say the other
this
way.
way.
Let's plug it back in first. Shall we test it?
I think my dad took the key with him probably.
Keys?
But
Okay.
put the batteries on it, so that's gonna make it hard.
We may as well put the battery back in, because that, we don't need that. That's funny. Now we gotta try and put all this stuff back in. That's the key, right? Make sure she's good and tight now.
Yeah, you can't even, they made it so you can't even put a wrench in there. It's honestly.
Jesse's struggling with the battery. Not that I'm mocking you, Jess. I'm just, you know. Technically, like journalism, I'm just reporting the facts. Good?
I think so. I mean, you can look at like the. There's nowhere to put a wrench in there.
I'd say you need
It's
a new
as
one of these.
tight.
That's what you need. You need a new clamp.
Yeah.
But that's not a necessity right now.
Sorry.
That's okay. There we go. Oh, don't do that. See, that's what I'm worried about. Is knocking these puppies down. Is that a text? Your dad's probably outside.
No, my mom's sending me a picture of her and my Kaylee having a tea party.
Oh, nice. You want to say, I do this for a buddy of mine. named Fraser.
Jess was telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Jesse's dad, James.
How you doing?
Jesse, I just put that together. Actually. Yeah.
Actually, we used to own a mining claim on the Fraser River called Jesse James.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. He never told me that. That's too funny.
Placer claim.
What's that?
Placer claim, you know, where you pan.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's very
Right
cool.
On the river. So
So
that
you-
was 9,000. This one looked cool. Because I remember it said C1 and this is B1.
Hopefully that.
But it's high beam, low beam, the same.
We'll
Okay.
find out, I guess, when we plug it in. If
We
it
will.
works or not. Right?
Need some pressure on it? Or?
Yeah, I think it's there. No, there we go. That's good. That one's in. And the third one.
That's probably the hardest, isn't it?
Well, you can access it from the side, but it's definitely not going to be
Not as easy
overly
as the others.
easy. No, mind you, the other one's already in, so it's already got the pressure.
Yeah, you would not believe, last year, it started running rough. For
Okay.
the first time, right?
Yep.
And of course, it was, as soon as it started running rough, I took it in, right? And the guy pulled the plug, and you know the way the spark plug has a ridge and it jumps
Yeah.
across, right?
Yep.
There was nothing
Nothing left?
left.
Wow.
Totally eaten away after 25 years of service. He took
Come
them-
on, they were not original.
They were original, and the cords were
Wow.
was original. It had the 1997 on the written on these.
Oh,
right?
that's funny.
And he took this has 8 spark plugs. It's a 4-cylinder. It comes with 8 spark plugs.
Really?
He took all 8 were eaten away.
Yeah. That's funny. That's amazing though. Seriously, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
he saved the plugs to show me. I gotta show you. He said, "I don't know how you got here from White Rock."
That's pretty funny.
I said, "Well, I was getting here to Burnaby from White Rock for years in this thing."
It knows its own way. All right, so let's
Put the grill back in?
put the grill back in, and then we'll put the side lights in afterwards. And that should be it. Nice, quick, simple, easy job. With no muss, no fuss.
No, well, you know where you know.
That's awesome.
And how big in power you'll put like 1,000 kilometers on it a year?
You planning on going to London every day? What's going on?
But that's the only thing we've done to it, the spark plugs and the wires.
Those I think
What's that? Yeah, there's one here. One there.
Oh yeah, I changed the fuel.
The which?
The fuel filter.
Oh, okay, well. I mean, that, if you hadn't changed the fuel filter, that would have been ridiculous. But spark plugs, now 27 years, that makes sense. That is.
But we haven't done hardly anything to it.
It should be in a commercial for Mazda at that point. Right? You think they'd give you a new truck?
Well, it's eligible for the collector plates.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you,
Except I have to take the radio out because it's not original.
and then you'd have to clean up the body a little bit too, probably.
Yeah.
You can't do any rust or anything, I don't think.
Yeah, it has to be original and perfect and all that sort of stuff, right? There we go. Lights aren't working.
Nope,
Huh?
the lights aren't working.
Which does.
There you
Well,
go.
yeah. So the upper lights are not your signal lights. They're just your like they're not your turn signals. They're just your indicator lights.
Yeah,
Right?
no, I'm just checking the.
But yep, no, everything works good. Looks great. Hey Fraser, hope you're having a good day today, buddy. It was a decent day out here. A little bit of rain, but I missed most of it, I think. Sunday, church day. I love church day. I just like going to church. I love the worship time. I love listening to the word. And of course, Rupert. I got to see Rupert today again. So, you know, like Rupert's just a fixture now. That's just what I do and what he does and what we do, right? You know, he looks forward to seeing me in between services every day or every Sunday, and yeah, I gotta bring him. I plan on bringing him a bone. I want to bring him a bone. I want to get a bone that I can hang on to, and see if he'll let me hang on to it. But I haven't gotten that. I've checked with Jeannie. Jeannie said it was okay, but I gotta get the bone. I gotta find the bone. So get a nice beef bone or something. I don't know. Got home and had planned on. Jesse had texted me yesterday and said, hey, you know, like, we're struggling to do this, you know, can you, any chance Tim can, you know, or you want to give us a hand? And Tim, of course, is on the island, right? So I said I'd text him this today after church, so I texted him. After we got home, we went out and did some grocery shopping and that as well. And I said, you know, bring your truck on over. Or bring your dad's truck on over. It was his dad's truck. And Jesse texts back. He says, well, it's going to be a little bit because we're going to put the battery back in. I'm like, why did you take the battery out? He's like, well, we thought it'd be easier, you know, to get into it from the back because you can access it from the back where the battery is. I'm like, all right. I did research before, you know, they got here, and I was like, I don't see that in any of the research I've done, but fair enough, maybe. So anyway, they get here. And it's spitting just a little bit outside, so I you know, I make sure that I cleaned it out so that I bring the truck all the way in, so we got room to work in the warm. And sure enough, they take the battery out again, and they're trying to get at it, and it just doesn't. The way they do that, the way in most vehicles that I've seen anyway, you can access somewhat the back of the headlight, but there's usually metal going back, and you can only got like a round little spot like this that you can actually, you know, access anything, and there's not enough room to get in there. So Jesse tried to get in there with a big pair of channel locks, but you know, even the bigger pliers, they just weren't. It wasn't working. You couldn't get in there, right? And all I was concerned about was, you're gonna break that. So anyway, we decided, no, let's try my way, and let's take the grill off, and we'll go from there. And as we were starting to do that, I was chatting with James there, and I'm like, well, actually, I don't even think I got the full words out, and Jesse was thinking the same thing. Like, Dad, do you want to, you know, change both headlights? So he went to go get the second headlight, because if we're going through all this trouble to get the grill off, I find headlights, if one goes out, the other one's going to go out pretty soon. And again, original spark plugs in the thing until last year. It's a 97. Those are the original headlights in it. So they've lasted 25, 27 years, whatever it is. Yep. Time to change them out, right? So he went down and got those. By the time he got back, we'd already had both lights out, both headlight casings out, and the new headlight put back into the new bulb into the one headlight. Attached it back. I think I was in the process of attaching it back when he got back. And then Jesse put in the other bulb on the other side. Put those retaining clips back in, which were actually a lot easier to put back in than I thought. I was a little bit concerned about those, just because I was worried about dropping them and down into the deep dark crevice of Never Never Land. But it was good. We didn't drop any. Got them all back in, got them tight, and we didn't even have any leftover screws, so it worked out nicely. Got them all back in. Everything worked up, and yeah, everything, it worked well. High beams, low beams, all was good. Yeah, it was a good little project. It was it wasn't an overly complex project, but you know, the fact that they you know, install the lights and then build the car around it is a bit, you know, of a pain, but but it's more just, it's not even cumbersome really. It's a little bit time consuming. It's nothing serious, right? So no special tools or anything required, or special skills, which is good because I don't have any of those, right? So you know, but yeah, no, it was nice. I like, as you guys know, I like extra little projects that are just a little bit, you know, different than what I normally do. And I had to do some research on this one because you know, I owned a Mazda B22, but that was an old hunk of junk many years ago. So yeah, I had to look this up just to make sure I was going to do it properly, kind of thing, right? But and I thought it was really cool that they owned a prospecting license called Jesse James. I just thought that was funny. All right, man. We are now in John chapter 18, starting in verse 1. So Jesus has finished praying with his disciples. When he had finished praying, Jesus left with his disciples and crossed the Kidron Valley. On the other side there was a garden, and he and his disciples went into it. Now Judas, who betrayed him, knew the place, because Jesus had often met there with his disciples. So Judas came to the garden, guiding a detachment of soldiers and some officials from the chief priests and Pharisees. They carried torches, lanterns, and weapons. Jesus, knowing all that was going to happen to him, went out and asked them, "Who is it you want?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "I am he," Jesus said. And Judas the traitor was standing there with them. When Jesus said, "I am he," they drew back and fell to the ground. Again he asked them, "Who is it you want?" "Jesus of Nazareth," they said. Jesus answered, "I told you that I am he. If you are looking for me, then let these men go." This happened so that the words he had spoken would be fulfilled. "I have not lost one of those you gave me." Then Simon Peter, who had a sword, drew it and struck the high priest's servant, cutting off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Jesus commanded Peter, "Put away your sword. Shall I not drink the cup the Father has given me?" Then the detachment of soldiers, with its commander and the Jewish officials, arrested Jesus. They bound him and brought him first to Annas, who was the father-in-law of Caiaphas, the high priest that year. Caiaphas was the one who had advised the Jewish leaders that it would be good for one man to die for the people. So Jesus went to a place that he had been many times, knowing that Judas would know he was going there. Again, he's not hiding, he's not running, he's just going. When Judas shows up and leads the Roman soldiers and the officials, Jewish officials and such, Jesus went out to meet them. "Who are you looking for?" "Jesus of Nazareth." "I am he." The power of God knocked them backwards. He asked again, "Who are you looking for?" "Jesus of Nazareth." Jesus of Nazareth. And again he says, "I'm he. It's me that you're looking for. Let these guys go." So they were able to go, even when Peter had cut off Malchus's ear. So in Luke chapter 22, verse 51, this is right after, again, Peter cut off Malchus's ear. Jesus told Peter, you know, "Enough, put your sword away." And he touched the man's ear, and he healed Malchus's ear. I've heard a bit of a preach on this, and Peter's actions was a capital offense, apparently. To cut off the high priest's servant's ear, he would have been killed. That was death was the judgment on that one. But with Jesus healing his ear, there was no sign or proof that that had happened, and therefore Peter was fine and able to not be arrested and killed. But again, getting back to the John 18 here, Jesus allowed himself to be arrested. He allowed himself to be bound. He'd already shown his power. Just by speaking, he knocked them all down. But he allowed himself, ensuring the safety of his disciples, he allowed himself to be arrested. He allowed himself to be taken before the high priest, before the Romans. He allowed himself to be crucified. He had the power. If he wanted to, boom, everybody right then and there. I've had enough. I don't want any more pain. We're done. But he didn't do that. He went through with this kangaroo court mock trial where he was guilty before he was even tried, because he loves you and he loves me and he wants everybody to come to repentance. He bled and died on a cross, rose again 3 days later, so that we all have the opportunity for anybody who believes in him to also rise again after we die, and then be with him forever. For him to go through all that he suffered, again, God in man, human form, he allowed himself, first of all, he allowed himself to become a man, and then he allowed himself to be arrested and crucified, and beaten, tortured for us. He went through all of that so that we could spend eternity with him. That's a whole lot of pain, torment, and just plain nastiness to go through for someone like me. Like, for him to die for someone like me. But he wants everybody. He wants a relationship with everybody. And he did that so we could have a relationship with him forever. God loves you, buddy. I love you too. Miss you. Look forward to seeing you. And I will post more tomorrow.